Hey gang, Dave Seaman here, coming to you from Patriots Glen in Elkton, Maryland. Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day here in Maryland, and it's actually less humidity today, so we're feeling good, and we did a few videos today. Now, I want to welcome in my son here. Come on in, Sam. Now, Sam, sometimes we have some problems figuring out what the heck we're going to do a video on for the week, but this week he says, hey Dad, you kind of helped me out of the rough today, so we're going to work on helping everybody else out of the rough. Now, what was troubling you?
Well, I hit some drives in the rough, and
You were hitting drives in the rough. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be hitting it in the middle.
yeah.
But what happened when you got in the rough?
Well, my ball was laying deep in the rough, and I didn't know what to do, so.
And what did you do? You kind of top it out? You tried to help it out?
And then today I leaned a little to the left, and I just hit it perfectly onto the green.
So you leaned a little bit to the left. Okay, so we're going to go through that, and thanks for bringing this up, because this is a good one. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
All right, so he said we're going to lean a little bit to the left. Now, before we do that, I want you guys to understand something. In our normal setup in the swing that's as easy as 1, 2, 3, we have to have a proper setup with the proper tilt. And the tilt is away from the target with our spine, not with our hips, but with our spine and our head. Now, what we got to understand, and this applies for 2 shots. One that I know everybody has a trouble with, and that's downhill lies, and the other one is out of the rough. Now, when we get in the rough, the key here is we have to hit the ball first. Now, I see a lot of people take clubs that they shouldn't even attempt out of the rough because they can't get through the rough. And that's sometimes hybrids and definitely fairway woods. Although sometimes if the lie is good, a fairway wood will really go through the rough very, very well. But we've got to be steeper in our ascent to the ball. Now, how do we do that? Well, if you think of it this way, if I take this yellow rod here, this would be my normal setup. Little tilt. You can see my left side's a little higher than my right. I feel my weight more on my right side. For this shot, we got to do the opposite. We got to lean left. Now you see my spine tilts a little bit to the left. Now, you're going to feel more weight in your left thigh, and we have to stay there. Now, the key ingredient here is putting our head and our nose slightly forward of the ball. So I'm gonna put one in the rough. This isn't real bad, but I got some grass behind the ball. Now, my suggestion also is take a club less. Sometimes we're in a bad situation where all we want to do is get it back in the fairway or around the green. You got to kind of take your medicine, and we got to also see how much strength we have. For you ladies out there, this is something you might want to take your pitching wedge or sand wedge just to get it back into play. But what we're going to do is we're going to position the ball. You can position the ball maybe a little bit back of center, and we want to feel as if we lean left. So I'm going to have my head in front of the ball. I'm going to stay left, and I want to really feel like my arms come up and down. See that? Now, if I start trying to help it up, that's when I top it or I hit behind it. So watch my head. It's going to stay slightly forward of the ball. I'm going to go up and down, and it pops out every time. And I took a little bit of a divot, and you probably will take a little bit of a divot. But the key here is how we set up. Stay left, lean left, up and down with the arms. Try this, I think it'll help. Now, if you like my videos, please push subscribe on YouTube. If you like me on Facebook, push like. I got some schools coming up. I think Canada's coming up. I may try to do something in Toronto here shortly. And I'll be doing a couple more in the fall. Stay tuned. If you've got questions, send them in an email, text them to me, whatever you want to do. I'll try to answer them online, or actually online and or video. This is Dave Seaman. Take care.